Here's an interview from one of our past shows on Rock and Metal Revival. If you're interested in hearing full shows, go to our Facebook page and check out our list of affiliates for times and places where you can hear Rock and Metal Revival. There's Behind the Walls from the latest release from Queensryche called Digital Noise Alliance. And with us today, we want to welcome back Queensryche lead guitarist Michael Wilton. Welcome to the Revival, Michael.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
It's great to have you back. First off, I have to say that I am loving this new release. I know Jerry and I have been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. And the weekend it was released, I listened to it about 4 or 5 times front to back. And all I could think of was how you were able to bring the old Queensryche feel to this new Queensryche feel. I mean, was that the goal of the project, or did it just happen that way?
Well, it was kind of a concerted effort to, hey, let's write this album kind of like the old days, you know, when everybody would get in a room and everybody show each other, you know, their parts and ideas and lyrics and drum parts or whatever. And, you know, this was something different than the previous albums. And sure, we said, let's give it a shot, you know, let's get this so that it's a real band effort, you know, all band members in the room, and let's build the songs from ground up, you know. We're talking most of these songs were derived from a guitar riff, you know, and everybody built their way into the creative elements, and, you know, we shaped these songs so easy with everybody all there in the room. And I think that having Zeus, the producer, back again, mm-hmm. and also, you know, Zeus asked me if I still had all my old Marshall amplifiers that I used on the old records, and I go, yeah. I go, Zeus, they're still in my closet. Why? He goes, bring them out. We're going to use them. I go, really? Okay. So I brought 6 of my Marshall amplifiers to the studio, and, you know, we plugged them in, and they sounded awesome, you know. And I think maybe that also kind of gives a sense of, you know, a vintagey feel, mm-hmm. you know, and because, you know, these songs were built from, you know, a guitar riff. Hey, I'm old school too, you know, so I've been around. So you're going to kind of get that. Whatever riff that I play, it's going to sound like old Queensryche, because I kind of am old Queensryche. So.
Nice. Now, there's some great guitar playing and great guitar tones on this album. So how's that new guitarist working out? He seemed to sound pretty good in this.
Stone, you know, it's great that we have Mike Stone back with us. You know, after Parker retired, mm-hmm. You know, we were possibly going to go the way of our auditions, and then Eddie still had Mike Stone's phone number in his iPhone. So
nice.
I go give Stone a call, see what he's doing. And, you know, he had just moved, and he was doing something, but he said, yeah, I'll help you guys out. And, you know, Stone's been with us off and on over the years, and, mm-hmm. you know, it made it was easy, right? Because you already knew a bulk of the song. And then, you know, we decided to bring him in and record on some of the songs on Digital Noise Alliance as well. So, you know, he and I actually concocted these double solos on some of the songs over mass amounts of espresso early in the morning, and bringing these ideas to Zeus and laying them down, and you know, it's like, so it's great. And as far as you know, live playing, he's awesome. He's a great musician. You know, and he respects you know, the original guitar parts and plays them awesome. So yeah, it's all working good.
Nice.
Well, you know, I was looking at something the other day, Michael, that I hadn't realized that Todd LaTorre had been in the band 10 years already. Does that sound right? And
that is right.
Yeah, and now when this album came down, I remember seeing some stuff on Facebook where you guys were in Florida. It was you and Todd and Eddie. And now, when you got Casey's your new drummer, Mike's part of he's back with the band. How much input did they have on the recording and the songwriting for this album?
Well, because, it was a band effort, I think it was, if Zeus told me to, start playing whatever stream of consciousness guitar riffs I had, I'd just play them, without thinking. And the guys would, kind of give me the thumbs up or thumbs down, right? So, we'd get a guitar riff, and Zeus would tell Casey Grillo to put a drum beat to it. And so the songs were created on the spot. And then they were just built. We'd get them so far, and then Zeus would archive it, and then we'd go on to another idea. And then we go on to another idea. So everybody had, input into these songs. It was like, I have a riff. Mm-hmm. Casey plays drums. Todd gets a melody. Eddie's got a bass part. Boom. And then we go on to another one. I think we had like 4 what I call think tank sessions where we were all together, and we came up with around 22 songs. And
wow.
Zeus said we got to put the brakes on. I know there's a good creative flow happening, but we really got to concentrate on 11 to 12 songs, and and that's when we were at that point to really microscope the songs and get them ready to record.
Nice. Sonically, it's just a great sounding album. And I heard the drums were recorded with a mobile studio at Hulk Hogan, one of his old mansions. How'd that happen?
Actually, it was in one of his gigantic living rooms.
Oh, nice.
It had like a dome ceiling, asymmetric walls, big velvety curtains everywhere, and it was huge. It's bigger than my house, and it's so it's a unique drum sound. It's not like any studio that you can do, and it's something that Zeus set up. We set it up from nothing, brought all the microphone preamps, mic stands. Casey brought all his drums, everything, and it was great. He pretty much nailed all the drums in a couple weeks.
Wow. Now, Michael, right, as being a musician and entertainer, and we've talked to so many artists about how hard the pandemic was and the shutdown. For you, was there good songwriting time in there? What did you do through that? Being an artist, that had to be just killer on you.
I think I was like anybody else. It sucked, When you're isolated, you're creatively kind of stifled. It was more frustration and anger, and not really the breeding ground for writing, an album. So I think we were just trying to survive and see, what was going to happen in the future. The government just shut down the whole country, and we're seeing theaters closing down, we're seeing clubs close down that we've played, and we're going, what the hell is going on? So sure, there was a lot of probably pent up frustration that helped once we started back in January of 2021, but better left to just forget those days.
Yeah,
totally. Now you guys are out touring with Judas Priest. When will you guys be going out and headlining eventually after this one, or no?
Yeah, we're presently on the road with Judas Priest right now, and this ends up December 1st. It's going great. We love touring with Judas Priest. Rob Halford is kicking ass every night.
Nice.
And then we have a couple one-offs, and then in December and January, and then at the end of February, we have booked the Digital Noise Alliance headline tour.
Oh.
And that'll be in the U.S. for now. and it'll be probably 6 weeks or something or whatever. I don't know. They're still booking it. And then we're revisiting going to Europe again. I know in the summer of 2023, I think we're going to head to Europe and play some festivals and see what we can get over there. And so, I mean, the touring for Queensryche is, in full force now. Now that we have the release of Digital Noise Alliance, we'll tour on this album for quite a long time.
Good.
Nice.
Good to hear. Michael, the first time I saw Queensryche was when you guys opened for Kiss in December of '84. And I started thinking back about it when we were getting ready for this interview, and I couldn't believe that 2022 is the 40th anniversary of the original EP. Now, does it seem like it's been that long for you? I bet it has, being all those times out on the road, but 40 years of Queensryche.
Yeah, and we're still playing Queen of the Reich, and everybody still loves it.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I mean, Eddie and I reminisce sometimes, and it's like, shit, I was 20 years old, and it was like 21, I was opening for Quiet Riot on their Come Feel the Noise tour with Axe as their direct support, and we were added to that. And I think it was probably my third gig, and I'm playing in front of 10,000 people.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm basically losing my, just going, wow, is this real? Is this something? So yeah, I mean, and to look back at, the fact that I was a teenager writing some of those songs that we're still playing today is really cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, what new songs will you be playing live?
Right now, we're playing Behind the Walls in our 45-minute time slot.
Okay.
And we've rehearsed In Extremis and Sick Death so far.
Nice.
So we'll hope to get those into the set in the near future.
Nice.
Now, Michael, I was at the taping of Operation Live Crime, and I was wondering, with this new lineup, is there any thoughts of maybe doing a DVD with some of the new music?
Well, we do have quite a buttload of recorded material with Todd. So, it's a possibility, because I know a lot of fans have really wanted to hear Todd singing the classics, as well as maybe just doing, there's enough material now that we could just do, the new era of Queensryche as a release, maybe. It's all been pitched, but we never know what we're going to do, next. It's like, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it.
Okay. Now, where'd the idea to cover Rebel Yell from Billy Idol come from? I used to play that in a cover band, and I love that tune. And you guys do it really well.
Yeah, it's a badass song.
Yeah.
We love it. Well, basically, through our record label, Century Media, whenever we do a recording, they always want bonus tracks. And in the past, we've always given them, live versions of songs, right?
Yeah.
So this time we wanted to do something different. And so we all thought about, well, let's do a cover, let's do it. So we first decided to do a cult song, the She Sells Sanctuary.
Oh, okay.
And we got that up, but it didn't have the right flow with the other material. We needed something a little more upbeat. And then Todd suggested Rebel Yell by Billy Idol. And we go, what, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, I can kill that song. I go, okay. So we brought that up, and, we kept it pretty true to the original, but, just little enhancements here that make it a little Queensryche.
Yep.
Hey, Michael, I just said, 40 years since the EP. Is there any thought from you about maybe doing a book I mean, because you've gotta have a ton of stories in 40 years.
Yeah, that kind of thing is like got us. We've all considered. We've had offers of people writing a book for us, and it just takes a lot of time, and it's to organize and to get everything done. And we're working all the time. We're on the road. We're doing this, and but it's something at some point. Maybe we'll release something.
Okay.
Whether it's just like concert photos or something like that, or someone does a book for us, it's who knows, but you got to realize those things take a lot of time.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, a serious question. The song "Forest" is pretty mellow on this album. It's the one that kind of throws everything different. Different mood and everything. You think that song could have benefited from adding some cowbell?
I think we got everything else in the song for us but cowbell.
Nice.
Well, Michael, we really love this album. I mean, this from front to back.
Yeah, definitely.
I always say if there's an album when you don't have to skip a track, you've got a great album, and this is one of them. And we are loving it, and hopefully everybody gets out and gets a copy of it. Where's the best place for people to keep up with what's going on with Queensryche?
Social media, all the Queensryche sites, and the social media outlets, Amazon, Apple, Century Media. I think you can get them. So
okay,
awesome.
Check out Century Media Records. They're out there in Germany. And it's like the fact that people still want to buy a physical product is awesome.
Yeah, I love vinyl.
I think that
I got this one ordered, waiting for this one to come in.
Yeah. I'm not a guy that downloads songs onto my phone. And I got to be honest, partly because I don't know how to do it, but it's I want the album, the physical. I want to hold it in my hand. I want to look at it.
Yep.
I want to immerse myself into the artist that created it. I want to listen to it from beginning to end, and just capture the energy and everything. And that, I'm old school. That's the way that, when we say we're going to make a record, I'm picturing an actual vinyl with a album cover on it, and it's, and the way that we put the songs together and how they're sequenced and everything. It's like, because, we used to buy a record, we'd listen from the beginning all the way to the end. And that's how I listen. I know today it's different. Everybody wants to write singles and put that as a video on YouTube and don't put out albums anymore. And it's like, well, we'll still do it old school. We'll still make albums.
Thank you.
And that's just the way we think,
Yeah, I totally agree with you 100% on that. Hey, Michael, we always let the artist pick the song out of the interview. So anything from your catalog, we've got it. So what would you like us to play out of the interview?
Play from Digital Noise Alliance, Tormentum.
Oh, man, that's awesome song.
Outstanding. Michael Wilton, we appreciate your time today, and you're always welcome back here on Rock and Metal Revival.
Right on, guys. Thanks for supporting Queensryche, and thanks for supporting live music.